What do you do when she's not interested? That's the question that we're answering today. But first, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Mary Whitman Ortiz, and I'm a relationship coach and Christian sex educator. And I love to help couples to create great intimacy in their marriage. So please like, subscribe, share, watch with us every Friday when there's a new video. Now, the series that we are diving into are the top 5 sex questions, and we are on question number 1. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you go back and catch all 5 of these. Today's question is, what do you do when she's not interested? So there are a lot of details with this. I want to make sure that we catch the nuances here and we are totally respectful with this idea. Just as a bit of a disclaimer, I want to encourage husbands, don't be offended. If she's not interested, it might not be about you. And if you get offended initially and usually, then that's going to interfere with her feeling like she can truly open up and tell you why she's not interested. So it might not have anything to do with you. It might be something from her past she hasn't even shared with you. She may not even be aware of it herself. So it's not necessarily intentional. And if you can have that heads up, it's really going to help. And you can be committed to solve it together. If she's not interested in sex, then it's not just her problem and she needs to do something about it yesterday. Oh no. You are a couple, you are married. Sexual intimacy is God's gift to marriage. And so when you decide as a couple, we will understand this and try any number of solutions that we need to get to a place where we're on the same page. That is going to be the best possible course of action. But here are some practical things for you to consider. Number 1, ask the question, what does she want? Maybe as a husband, you have assumed that she wanted everything exactly like you do. You know what? It's just not true. She's a female, you're a male. I really don't need to say much more than that, do I? So don't assume that she wants exactly what you want. Ask her what she wants. And you know, that's not just in sex, but in the big picture of marriage. Most sex problems aren't actually about sex. They're about the relationship at large. If she feels like she's not valued, if you're not listening to her, if she's not important to you, the last thing she would want is sex, because she has to be extremely exposed to be intimate with you. And if she doesn't feel safe and connected, then it's almost impossible for her to get to that place. So ask her, what do you want? And you can say, in our sex life, but you can also ask in our marriage. Number 2, here's a question for you. What are you currently giving her? How is she experiencing you now? Have you been selfish? Have you thought, well, she doesn't want sex like I want, what's wrong with her? You know, you already let your attitude towards her get skewed because this has gone on for a while. So you ask yourself, are you tender? Are you passionate? Are you considerate? Are you responsive? Are you inviting her fully to the experience? Are you respecting her no? She gets to say no in marriage. And we don't want that to be the norm, but it does have its place. So those are lots of deep things for you all to consider. How about number 3? What are the ways you are connecting right now? Are you successful with a date night? Do you share the labor around the house? Do you pitch in when one spouse is too tired? I woke up this morning, went to the kitchen. My husband's an early riser. he had done all of those hand washable items that I had left out on the counter last night because I was so exhausted. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So totally changed my outlook today. He did an extra act of kindness. Those simple things are actually the big things. So are you reaching out and extending yourself to your spouse? Are you creating this atmosphere where you can connect, where you want to be one, spirit, soul, and body? So it may seem like she doesn't want sex, but maybe what she's telling you directly or indirectly is that she wants more. She wants the whole thing. She wants to feel loved and cared for and noticed. And yes, that will lead to great sexual intimacy. What other steps do you need? The first step, talk about it. Second step, commit to connection. Beyond this moment, I see you. I'm there for you. And then your third step is to keep trying new ways to love each other. Now, this may be something you don't have much experience with, and I encourage you to get my books. Why can't I talk to him about sex? Why can't I talk to her about sex? It's a husband's book and a wife's book. And there's all kind of prompts for you to look back and think, the way I saw sex when I was growing up, when I was an early adult, I think it really messed with my mind about how sex can be in marriage. So there's some great prompts there for you to consider. There's even a template to write a letter. So you can share some of this information with your spouse. If you're not ready to say it out loud, maybe you can write it down first. So many steps to make your marriage better. Please look for the link and you can order your books today. Thanks so much for joining us. And remember, when your marriage thrives, everything in your life thrives.